afternoon, and thank you for coming out today. Today we have the privilege of honoring Hank Potter. I love the verse in the Bible that says to give honor to whom honor is due. And Hank is worthy of honor. He's a man who served his family, his community, and his nation. He had that heroic type of personality that runs toward danger, that puts his life on the line to protect others, a quality that many of you here share as well. Even though that's unusual outside of this culture, we understand what that takes and what Hank carried inside of him. He carried this conviction about helping others, and we thank him for that. Today I also want to thank Gwen and Chris and Caden and Riley. Thank you for supporting Hank. It takes an incredible supportive family to allow a man to do this, and so we honor you as well today. Today a number of dignitaries are going to come forward and pay respects. My prayer during this time, each of us will be inspired by this man's life, and that we will leave here better people because it reaffirms the quality and character inside of each of us. I'd like to ask Joel Thacker, our State Fire Marshal, to come forward.
Good afternoon. As the chaplain said, we come today to honor and grieve the life of Hoosier hero, firefighter Richard Hank Potter. Dedicated professional with over 35 years of service to the Wayne Township Fire Department. As first responders, we have this innate drive within us to respond regardless of the situation, to save lives and property, and bring a sense of calm to chaos. Now more than ever before, it's clear that first responders are ready to stand between all levels of danger, be it criminal, fire, rescue, injury, illness, disease, and the community we have sworn to protect. We know the danger, risk, and sacrifice of this profession, and Hank knew the danger, risk, and sacrifice, yet responded in spite of anxiety and fear. English poet Francis Quarles wrote, "Becoming fearless isn't the point. That's impossible. It's learning how to control your fear and how to be free from it. That's the point." The necessity of action takes away the fear of the act and makes bold resolution the favorite of fortune. First responders do not act because they are fearless. They act in spite of that fear. We have faith that our education, equipment, knowledge, and training will help us prevail. And while cancer has robbed us of firefighter Potter's life, it will not rob us of his memory. It will not rob us of our ability to celebrate his life and dedication to public service. And that is something worthy of our honor. So on behalf of all Hoosiers, this time we have some honors to present to the Potter family.
Thank you, Joel. What was being presented was the Meritorious Service Medal, along with a letter of commendation from our governor and a state flag representing his service to our state. Hank Harris, the president of International Association of Firefighters, Local 416, also has a presentation of the Line of Duty Death Medal that he's going to present at this time. One of the great honors is to wear the badge of Wayne Township Fire Department. At this time, Chief Mike Lang will present Hank's badge to his family. Now we'd like to have Assistant Fire Chief Matt Stewart present to the family Hank's helmet. At this time, the military ceremonial unit will present our nation's flag, which Hank proudly served and defended. This time I want to ask Lieutenant Troy Weimer to come and deliver some remarks.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here to honor the life, the career, and the contributions of Engineer Richard C. Potter, or as almost all of us knew him, Hank. I met Hank Potter almost 20 years ago. To be very fair, it was clear to me from the moment that I met Hank that him and I had very, very little in common. So today, in order to properly remember Hank, I want to tell you a brief story about getting to know someone. In 2008, I took an assignment as a lieutenant at Ladder 82 on the B shift. I would stay in that assignment for almost 7 years, and for that entire 7 years, Hank was my driver. My left-hand man, as I like to reference him as. Hank wasn't just my driver. He was our driver. And Hank wasn't just our driver, he was a committed technician in the science of driving a fire apparatus. There are numerous accolades that I could land at Hank's feet, and I will do some of that in just a bit. But I know, and all of us know, any of us that served with Hank, that he wanted and would want to be remembered as the engineer of Ladder 82. Most of us that know Hank or that ever worked with him, that is how we know him. That is how he will be remembered to us. But the story of getting to know someone goes a lot deeper than their position or their rank or the job that they may hold. As I said earlier, my initial opinion was that Hank and I had very little in common. I would struggle in my mind to think how I would relate to Hank and a lot of the stuff that he was into and enjoyed. Hank was a lot smarter than me. I remember taking part in conversations with Hank and literally pulling out my phone and Googling the topic that he was speaking about, acting like I was checking a message in order that I could have an intelligent conversation with him about the topic. And those subjects range from the makeup of the solar system to Middle Eastern affairs, to deep dives into science and black holes and comets, and of course, firefighting. And it was the love for this job and a shared passion for the art of our profession that started me on the track to really get to know Hank. You see, Hank Potter was a lot more than just the engineer at Ladder 82. Hank Potter was a lot more than the quiet member of our crew. You see, Hank Potter was a father. I remember the boys, all three of them, running around the fire station coming to visit their dad, grabbing balls off of the pool table upstairs and rolling them down the stairs. And I remember Hank valuing and treasuring that time with his family when they would come to visit, especially when the boys were young and they could see their dad at work. I remember Hank, the husband, and how much his wife Gwen meant to him, and how much their relationship and their marriage and their friendship he valued. I remember Hank, the soldier. During his tenure with me at Ladder 82, Hank deployed to Afghanistan for 400 days. His greatest concern when he got the orders and understood that he was leaving for that long was his family. Hank spent hours sitting and talking with me and other members of our crew and other friends about how concerned he was about his family being taken care of while he was gone, or if something were to happen to him while he was overseas. And in his last days, Hank echoed those exact concerns to us as well. I remember Hank, my friend. It is common when we lose somebody, when we lose a loved one or someone will ask us, what is a word you would use to describe that person? And when somebody asks me how I would describe Hank, how would you put together words to convey to all of us that what Hank was like, the one word that comes to my mind always is loyal. Hank loved his job. Hank attached an incredible amount of value to his role as the engineer of Ladder 82. During my time as a lieutenant working with Hank, our crew had a motto. It was very simple. It was 3 words: do it well. No matter what Hank did, he did it well. Hank did firefighting well. He was the engineer of the ladder truck well. He was a father well. He was a soldier well. And he was a husband well. So as I close out these remarks today, I ask that you learn these 2 lessons from Hank's life. The first lesson is get to know people. Find value in relationships, both professional and personal. And as you go about your life, as you go about your journey, as you go about your profession, especially to those in the room that may just be starting out, do it well. Hank did it well, and for that, we will never, ever forget him. Thank you.
Thank you, Troy. In closing, I just want to say thank you, Hank, for inspiring us, for setting an incredible example, an example for young firefighters and young soldiers and young parents. In the days ahead, may we respond in love to this family and continue to surround them, to support them the way the fire family does. We're going to release you in a few moments, and as we do, we're going to ask all of our uniformed firefighters first that are on this side of the room to stand, and they'll be released from the back, or we'll wait for them to release you. Then you can come forward, pass by the casket, and go out the center aisle. We'll ask all the folks on this side to wait for our fire crews to go first, and then we'll invite you to either pass by the casket or you can step out. Thank you.
Fire Control, Ladder 82.
Ladder 82.
Ladder 82 is on station.
On station, Ladder 82. Attention all station and apparatus. Ladder 82 has marked on station the designation that they have returned home. It is with deep regret that Chief Mike Lang announces the death of Engineer Richard C. Hank Potter, Badge 38, who lost his life in the line of duty on May 10th, 2022. Effective May 19th, 2022, badge number 38 has been retired. All personnel are asked to observe a moment of silence in honor of Engineer Richard C. Hank Potter. Engineer Richard C. Potter, we show you on station.